What's going on, Libra? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct. This is going to be your reading for the month of December. We're going to be hopping into your energies here, seeing exactly what's going on with you and what the cards are conveying through the messages, all right? This is going to be a general reading, and it may not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you, let me know. Subscribe, like, comment on the channel. That always helps it grow. Also, if it does not resonate with you, you can always check your rising or moon sign on one of the previous readings that I did for Libra, which has been a while that I got to Libra. So sorry about that, Libra. I haven't been uploading as much on the channel, but I am looking forward to more content coming out at a more consistent rate. All right, Libra. Other than that, let's look at your present energy. This is going to be your main storyline right here that we're going to be hopping into first. After that, we will check out your futuristic energy on the left side. That'll also be your supporting details. And we'll be wrapping it up with a fairy card, which you guys have life experience. All right. Other than that, Libra, if you guys don't already follow me on IG, you should follow me at chrisanthony14lbs. Chris Anthony, 14 pounds. And if you guys are looking for a personal reading from me, you can find the information about that in the description of the video. I do have personal readings opening up in December. All right, let's do this, Libra. Crowning your reading, we do have the 10 of Pentacles, and it's clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So I do feel like you guys could be starting something that is new when it comes down to your own business or out of your own resourcefulness. This could be a project, it could be a business, it could be a career opportunity, but it seems to be a new beginning. And it looks like it's going to be growing quite, quickly into the 10 of Pentacles energy. So it could be some quick movement that happens here from something that starts off small. I'm kind of hearing don't despise humble beginnings. You could be starting off with something that is very small or, humble beginning, but it's going to grow into something that's very large quite quickly is what I'm feeling. It's going to move along very fast. It also, I just lost exactly what was coming in. Sorry about that, Libra. But it definitely has something to do with you beginning something. What I'm getting to is even if you feel like you don't have all of what it takes to invest into this new beginning, maybe you don't have all the equipment or resources or finances that you need to really make this look perfect or make it look like how you envision it to be. Don't let that discourage you. I'm hearing you should definitely work with what you have right now. And once you kind of get more things to put into it, once you get more equipment or more resources to put into it, you can start putting it into it. But don't let that discourage you from starting this, because I am getting it's a humble beginning. It's just the beginning of it, but it is something that has a high potential to grow very quickly into something that's very large and very abundant. So 10 of Pentacles energy is the energy that you should be taking on, even though the external environment could look like the Page of Pentacles, right? Not much, looking like it's small, looking like it's not very large, it's not very abundant. I feel like you're going to be kind of ruling that out with the energy that you're vibrating on, and you're going to be vibrating from the 10 of Pentacles energy. It's almost like, the way manifestation or visualization works. Like let's say, for example, Libra, that let's say you're starting a business and you're using, like your room as your office building, and, it doesn't have much equipment, doesn't have many resources. You don't have everything you need to make the business look beautiful and elaborate and elegant. But it's kind of like you're taking on that energy, even though you don't see it right here in your external world, right? It's almost like you're imagining or vibrating on an energy that I have everything that I need. Like everything is here. This is looking beautiful. Like I love how my business is running. I'm loving how, and it's like you're taking on this big, large energy, even though it doesn't look that way in the external. But the internal energy that you're vibrating on is the 10 of Pentacles. And this is what is going to create this movement, this traction, this growth that's happening pretty fast for you with whatever it is that you're investing in. So definitely continue to move forward. Definitely take on a larger outlook on it and know that it's growing into something very large, and you already have to see it as something that's already large. Like, this is big. I'm doing big things. Like, you know, I'm reaching a big customer base, or I'm reaching a big audience, or like, and even if your audience is only small, one or two people, for those people who may be broadcasting out to the world, you have to treat it like you're broadcasting to 2,000 people or 200,000 people, right? And this is, if you take that energy on in something that's brand new for you, it's like it's going to grow even quicker. That's the guidance that I'm picking up from that. We also come down here and we have the Knight of Pentacles, and it's clarified by the Sun card. So the Nine of Pentacles does talk about this gradual increase, this gradual movement, this progression that's moving into this sun energy of abundance. Abundance really, or the Sun card is really matching that 10 of Pentacles. This is like the graduation, the achievements, the goals that you're trying to get to, but you're definitely going to be on a path of consistency and gradual movement. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but he builds something that's very stable, something that's that lasts forever, right? That's based in longevity. So I feel like this will be what's happening with whatever it is that you're starting, as long as you're staying consistent with it, and you're kind of persisting through the challenges or the temptation to stop, even though you know even though something could look a lot smaller than you want it to be, you're still pushing through. You're still, being progressive. You're still trying to gradually build it. It's eventually going to lead to this Sun card, right? Which talks about this high level of abundance, these higher vibrations. And like I keep saying, this is what you need to focus on, even if you don't see the sun shining on this project or this business or whatever it is that you're doing right now. And even if you don't feel that it's growing, you continually need to focus on the growth of it, right? Continue to see and visualize it, growing and being expansive and taking on this new level, because this is what you're working to. This is what it will be. If you imagine it to be that way, if you visualize it, if you're trying to manifest it as something that's very large and big, this is what it will become. But you need to use that as your driving force to continue on the path and continue to keep it moving. All right, so some of you guys are building something that's going to bring you a high level of financial stability, is what I'm feeling, with the 10 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. But it may not be there yet, but you're on the path to this. You're on the path to movement. And it's almost as if the more you continue to move, the more you see the light at the end of the tunnel, the more you'll continue to see these synchronicity, these signs that continue to get you to move forward, right? It's almost like I'm feeling every step that you take forward is being matched by the universe. Like, yes, you did that, now you get this. And then you're going to do this, and now you're going to get this. But it's going to keep you moving consistently and stay determined to build this thing that you want for yourself. All right, Libra, right beside that, we have the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Hermit card, Major Arcana. All right, sorry about that, the Ace of Wands. So there is movement that's happening. There is this boost of energy that's coming along, with this gradual movement. There is this push that's coming in from the universe. This is like a gift, right? And it comes in a form of energy, of inspiration, right? It comes in a form of you feeling confident, you feeling your self-worth, your self-value, you knowing what direction you want to head in and moving into it, creating momentum, creating an impact, creating a breakthrough in some type of way. All right. It is clarified by the Hermit card. So this could come after a time of you being on the inside, right? Not really coming out of your shell, not really coming out of your cave. You could have been really learning a lot about yourself, learning a lot about the world. You could have been dug in and not really coming out to communicate with a lot of people, or really just staying to yourself, doing whatever you needed to do inside of this hermit mode, right? Doing whatever you needed to do inside of this cave. Maybe coming up with ideas for this business, coming up with ideas of how to move forward, how to grow generational wealth, how to create financial stability for yourself. But now I feel like you are coming out of the hermit mode, and you're coming out like with fire. You're coming out like a bat out of hell, Libra. So I'm loving that energy. because the hermit, has its place, where we have to go internal. We have to get the internal wisdom that we have. We have to really think about a lot of things and develop a lot of things within ourselves and really deal with our ego, deal with our fears, deal with a lot of different things that keep us from creating movement of our lives. This is why we go into hermit mode. This is why we go into the cave. But I feel like now you're coming out of that hermit mode. You're coming out of the cave. You're coming out of that cocoon that you've been in, and you're ready to fly. You're ready to take flight, Libra, moving forward towards this abundance, moving forward towards this wealth. And the crazy part is that almost every sign is getting the Ace of Wands for these December readings. So I feel like in the second half of December, especially moving in 2020, everybody is feeling this boost of energy moving forward. Like, okay, it's time. It's time to get it going. It's time to get running. It's time to, hit the ground running, get the ball rolling. All those other sayings that match movement and momentum that's being created. And you kind of understand that too, Libra. It's hitting you too. And it's like, okay, it's time for me to get out of hermit mode, right? It's time to get out of the house. It's time to, reach out. So I'm loving that that's happening with you. Right under that, Libra, we do have the Emperor, and it's clarified with the World card. Give me one sec. All right. Sorry about that. So we have the Emperor here clarified by the World card. I do feel like there is a level of control that you are stepping into when it comes down to taking control of your life in certain aspects, managing and overseeing some things, wanting to create a certain level of balance, and also overseeing operations. Like, this is that bossing up type of energy where you're wanting to become your own boss, right? You're wanting to become your own resource. You're wanting to kind of tap into your sovereignty, right? Which is taking your power back from organizations or other people or society as a whole, and wanting to create your wealth through yourself, right? So this is kind of like the card of the entrepreneur, right? And I feel like with you having the Wheel of Fortune right next to it, this is the cycle that you're jumping into. And this has so much to do with your purpose, destiny, and your fate, right? You feel like you're fated to be a boss. You feel like your purpose to be a boss, right? Your destiny is to be a boss in some type of way. And I feel like with that Emperor energy, you're really putting on your boss clothes. You're putting on that boss mindset. You're starting to move and think like a boss. You're making boss moves, Libra. And this is where the next cycle is headed for you. This is where you're moving into. This is why there is a certain level of momentum that's coming in, a certain level of energy that's coming in, that's pushing you, giving you these new ideas, giving you these insights, because you're wanting to take the reins back, right? You're wanting to take control of your life, especially when it comes down to finances. You don't want to be the prey of anybody else. I feel like you don't want to be, you don't really want to work for anybody else, is what I'm feeling. And you know that you're supposed to be on a boss level. So you're doing what it takes to come into that role of the emperor, right? Somebody who oversees and runs an empire. This is somebody that's very powerful also. Very power and knows how to create abundance. Knows how to build a major empire and continually run it and make sure that it stays on point and make sure that things stay productive. So I'm really feeling that some of you guys are definitely taking on that entrepreneurial spirit and really getting motivated to get things in motion, to start moving this Wheel of Fortune and getting closer and closer to your destiny, to your calling. You do have the Nine of Swords here, and it's clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So there could be some amount of worry, anxiety, or fear when it comes down to a certain collaboration or, a certain business or area of commerce that you're needing to get involved with. Because the Three of Pentacles does talk about business and commerce. It does talk about collaboration also. It does talk about you winning and rising to the top and even being recognized inside of a certain field or area of business. But it is accompanied by a little bit of worry and fear. And maybe you having to face your fears, or you having to realize that, you have to get beyond the illusion of fear. Because the nine of swords is all about the battlefield of the mind, right? And what we face inside of our thoughts, how our thoughts rise up against us to make us feel doubt, fear, and other things like that. So you're going to have to break through those illusions or those paper thin fears that make it, make it feel like we're smaller than we are, or we don't have what it takes, or make us feel like we should doubt ourselves in a certain type of way. But I do feel like you're moving into maybe a certain collaboration, that could be with other people, or you're really kind of getting into your gift. You're wanting to tap into this purpose that you have. For some of you guys, it could be a craft. It could be a certain type of artistry, something that you do where when you do it, you kind of can fade out everything else that's around you. It makes you get into a level of deep focus and the flow of the universe. And I feel like whatever this gift is that you have, when you get into it, you really feel like you're yourself. You really feel like it's your identity. You really feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But there has been a certain level of fear that's been surrounding you doing this thing, a certain level of doubt. But I feel like you're made to do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Like, it's almost like somebody who's made to play this instrument, right? When we're looking at this card, she has her eyes closed. She's focused on the sound of the music that she's making. She's focused on the feeling that she's feeling, the inspiration that's coming through for her to play. And she's in tune with kind of like this higher consciousness, or this higher frequency or energy, and really tapped into that. And for her, this is creating a certain level of abundance. It's creating a certain energy that's surrounding her, right? You see these other things that are kind of orbiting around her while she's focused and in tune into her craft. This is where I feel like you guys will get a big release inside of this thing that you're going to begin to focus on, or your business, your craft, your project, your career, your job. And it's taking you out of this place of worry or fear. I think you have to get past the Nine of Swords or this worry or fear before you can even jump into this Three of Pentacle energy. All right, Libra, let's go into your futuristic energy. We do have the Hierophant. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Magician, and then the Hangman. So with the Hierophant energy here, it's clarified by the Nine of Wands. So this could be talking about a certain belief system, that you could be holding on to, because the Hierophant can a lot of times talk about traditions, belief systems that we've always held on to and always had, or that we were taught. Just certain things that we have done for years, right? And with the Nine of Wands, you could probably be protecting, or needing to hold on, or wanting to fight for these certain traditions or certain beliefs. It's like you're standing up for your belief system, or standing up for what it is that you do believe with the Nine of Wands, even though maybe you have faced a lot of people talking down on you, or telling you that the way you believe, or what you believe in, or the way you choose to operate is wrong in some type of way. You have had to defend it a lot of times, and defend your view of the world, to other people a lot of times. Sorry about that. This is why the Hierophant is here. And yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Like you're really defending something. It could be your spiritual beliefs. You're choosing to share that with other people, or not be ashamed of what it is that you believe in, or how you view the world, how you view this reality that we live in, and choosing to stand up, even though it's very challenging, and you have faced a lot of adversaries or controversy behind this type of belief system. But I feel like you're very solid in what it is that you do believe. This could just be your belief in what it is that you want to do, or what you want to build, and knowing that this is your place. because the Hierophant plays his role and he's in his place of power and authority, and he shares a certain level of knowledge with people. And I feel like some of you guys are really taking your seat inside of that power and playing your role. Then we have the Four of Pentacles here clarified by the Magician. So I'm looking at these two cards as a certain place of mastery that you've come to. Because the Four of Pentacles sometimes can mean, that you're holding back or you're being defensive or you're holding on to something. I feel like you are holding on to something, but it's more so something that you want to manifest. And it's something that you have been you already have achieved a certain level of mastery in. Because when I see this Four of Pentacles, I see like mastery. Somebody who can balance this pentacle on his head, somebody who has it in full alignment with the pentacle on his chest, and also is balanced with the two pentacles on his feet. It's like mastering a certain thing that can create money for you, or mastering something that can create abundance, and wanting to continue to build on that, wanting to continue to manifest more of that mastery. So with the Magician here, it is telling you that you do have what it takes to build abundance in this area. You have achieved a certain level of mastery that will continue to grow for you. And you're staying persistent about manifesting something that you know that you're supposed to have in your world and in your life. And you're taking it into 2020, Libra. Like, this is what I'm feeling. No matter what the doubters and the naysayers have been saying, you're defending your stance on this. You're moving forward and bossing up in some type of way, creating this amount of abundance. You have the Magician here again with, guess what? The Four of Pentacles here again. A reiteration of this message. You know that you can manifest something in your life, and you're not settling for anything else. Like, you're not settling for another path. You're not settling for another way of seeing the world. You're not just settling with what you feel you've been given that has not been what you've wanted. So I like this level of stubbornness that you have to manifest this level of abundance in your world. This lifestyle that you know you're supposed to be living, this lavish lifestyle, Libra. This level of comfort, right? And financial stability that you know you're supposed to have, and you're not taking no for an answer at all. Period. Four of Pentacles with the Magician with the Four of Pentacles. You're manifesting something here. And it's coming through your ability to stubbornly want something that, I feel like everybody around you has been telling you that you can't have. Or that society as a whole has been telling you that you can't get. And you're like, nah, I don't believe that. Like, sorry, I'm not buying it. You can't sell me a dream. Right? What's that word like that people say you can't I forget it. It's something about like you can't give me mayonnaise and tell me that it's something else. Whatever. But like, you're not believing in those limiting type of beliefs anymore that other people have, and they try to place on you like, well, in order for you to, get to a certain level of success or have stability in your world, you got to go out here and you got to do this, and you got, it's like, you're like, nah, 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 nah. Nah, I'm not buying that. I'm not taking that route. Like, I'm about to manifest this a different way. I'm about to go about a different path to do what I want to do in my life. Like, and if you don't like it, that's cool. Because my life is not your life, and I'm not you. Let's do this, Libra. Right below that, we do have the Hangman clarified by the Three of Cups. The Hangman is talking about you receiving some type of enlightenment, and I feel like this is really matching the Hermit card too. There's a similarity between the Hermit and the Hangman. They both go inside. They both try to get a different viewpoint and receive a different perception when it comes down to viewing their life, viewing their path, viewing the world as a whole. And so there's been a certain pause that has been placed on your life for you to view something differently. right? You've been hanging upside down to get a different point of view. But now I feel like you're celebrating that you were put into this hangman position because it's causing you to see something clearly, right? Because life stopped for you and because everything was placed on a hold, it caused you to stop the action, stop, the movement and the busyness, and to think for a while and be like, okay, you know what? I need to go about things differently. So I feel like you're celebrating the time that you were in hermit mode or you were in the hangman and things were just on pause, because now it has led you to this point where you're like, I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what I have to do. And I'm about to start making moves like a boss in order to do this. So toast, cheers to the gods, right? Because I'm bossing up right here as the emperor. And I'm spinning this wheel of fortune into the next cycle of life, moving forward on this path, building something that's going to create abundance for myself and my family. All right, let's go to your fairy card. We do have the life experience. It says, let go of belief systems. Let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. Yes, I feel like you are using all of your life experiences to put into something that you're beginning right now. A brand new beginning is something that maybe you have had your eyes on for a while, but you needed all of this extra life experience. You needed that hermit mode, that time to be away, to be by yourself, to rethink some things, to see things from a different point of view. You needed that hangman type of energy to be on pause for you. Life coming to a halt, you be in a limbo type of situation for you to know your true path. And now you do have this judgment under the deck, which is talking about your divine calling, you waking up, the alarm clock going off, and now you being like, okay, it's time to get moving. It's time to do this thing. It's time to go forward, right? The trumpet has been blown. You're being elevated and promoted into this new place, right? You've awakened to some things. You've become more conscious and aware of some things. And right below that, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So you are standing in your own resourcefulness and your own power. You're taking your power back. You're moving in your sovereign power. You're speaking your truth, right? And you're going to be able to eat from the fruits of your labor and this abundance, this fertile ground that you have. A lot of things are going to grow from this. And you're going to realize your true power. This is what I feel like is happening at the end of December going into 2020, Libra. So you're taking on a very powerful energy. You're bossing up. It's your time. All right, Libra, I'm going to wrap it up right there. Hopefully that resonated with you guys in some type of way. If it did, like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel. Let me know about it. And I will see you guys in the next reading.